Iron Man 3, For the Dark World, and Captain America Winter Soldier all remain exactly the same. However, the first notable change is that, of course, since Marvel doesn't own the Guardians of the Galaxy, the other film of 2014 would be Black Panther. This would have a similar plot to the film in the Black Lions What If Fox Owned the Avengers video. Basically, it's T'Challa going on the hunt for Ulysses Claw, who killed his father. The real massive change would be that instead of War Machine and Echo, the Fantastic Four would appear as secondary characters assisting T'Challa. In this timeline, 2015 will be the first year for the MCU to have 3 films released. The first film would be The Amazing Spider-Man. In this timeline, after the cancellation of Spider-Man 4, Sony would have been working on various failed scripts for a Spider-Man reboot throughout the early 2010s. Eventually, they would make a deal with Marvel so that they could have their Spider-Man reboot take place in the MCU. So, yeah, this is that film. It's a mix of elements of The Amazing Spider-Man and the MCU films. It's an origin story, and the Lizard, with a much more comic-accurate design, is the main villain. And most of the cast is taken from the MCU films, minus Aunt-May and Uncle Ben. For most of the film, Peter wears the homemade suit from Homecoming. But at the end of the film, he's approached by Tony Stark, who gives him a spot in the Avengers and also gives him a much better suit, that being the Stark suit from Spider-Man Homecoming. Avengers Age of Ultron is, for the most part, the exact same movie. The only real notable change is, of course, that Black Panther and Spider-Man are members of the Avengers in this film. You can probably already tell that by the poster. The final film of 2015, and of Phase 2 as a whole, is Fantastic Four Into the Negative Zone. Similarly to Rise of the Silver Surfer, Reed and Sue would be getting married in this film. However, that's more of a subplot. The main plot is, of course, about the Fantastic Four traveling to the Negative Zone and fighting Annihilus. The main reason Annihilus is fighting the team, as he explains at the end of the film once they finally defeat him, is because he senses a potentially dangerous presence inside of Sue. As it turns out, it was actually pregnant. Obviously, this sets up Franklin Richards. There's also a post-credit scene that sets up Doctor Doom as the villain of a future film.